All right, so we do have a Father's Day, another gift wrapping happening. Thank you for everybody who participated in the gift wrapping the last time. These are like crazy successful as far as money that in funding. Like if we did these as our only fundraisers throughout the year, like that's all we need. Like honestly, these are $500 a pop when we do them. As for money for the comics, whereas the how much money did the other fundraisers we did previously raise? Something around $100, $200. Yeah. So
Really, uh, if we subtracted what we had to buy,
right.
there was no profit. So
Right, exactly. And I mean, with the gift wrapping, I mean, it's like we buy a couple rolls of gift wrapping paper, but the return is like huge. So, thank you, Stephanie, for doing that. And like, we need to continue on.
The key is another thing where we getting scheduled $2,000, but I need to find out because I think that's them coming to the school or coming to an event that we have to help us.
Okay.
But
find out more about that. Like, yeah, for sure.
From Kohl's?
They give away a lot of money. It's my favorite store.
So one of the things that I want, we do have another community. The only thing I have scheduled after today, then is the next community meeting, which will be Tuesday, the 7th of June. So it's gonna come up quick, but I really would like everybody to be there. And that's just a good date. So Tuesday, the 7th of June. That's coming up. And my other announcements are not like long, and I want to break us into study groups pretty quickly. I was gonna have the family promissory contract. I will have that out by the next one. But there's
what does that mean?
the promise. Originally, the kids had signed a contract in the beginning of the year about their what they were committed to for GMP, and it wasn't as structured as I would like it to be. Meaning, like there was I would like you guys to know way ahead of time, like what days I need the student, what days they need time set aside, and it's going to be like more of a commitment contract because one of the things that and it's going to be re-signed and updated every quarter as opposed to every year because that way we can look ahead to the next like a quarter's like 2.5 months long. You can be like, yes, I can commit to all these dates, and I do need like because the thing is like if some of the kids commit to those dates and then a lot of kids don't show up, what happens is that all of that work gets piled onto a couple kids, and that's not fair. Like it's just not fair. So like for next year, we're just looking at. Oh, you can take a seat in here. So next year, we're just looking at having a little bit more structure of expectations and also of community service ventures, what it means to be a member. We are, that brings me to my next announcement. Right now, what we were just working on with the papers is we're doing a rush membership drive for current freshmen, other than Sean, current freshmen who we're recruiting for next year because my classes have published over 200 pages of graphic novel material this year. We were able to look at all of the pages of artwork and be like, these are kids who have potential. And we selected around 21 students that we'd like to. We're going to be kind of doing a hiring bonanza like High Tech High does for teachers, and we're going to be pulling kids out, and our GMP members are going to be, it's going to be very official and very different than anything we've done previously, and it's going to bring a lot of officiality to what we do in GMP. So, but we're doing it during the school day, so this doesn't actually affect anybody. But juniors who'd like to come can. I think it's going to be still run during internship. So there'll be a second level to it. The first one is all 21 members or something, and then we'll narrow it down to like 10 or 7. And we are ideally just recruiting 6 members in the end for GMP next year because that's a reasonable amount to replace. But no one could replace the seniors who are leaving. But yes, the seniors who are leaving, we need people. And what? All right. So those were announcements. So like I said, the GMP promissory contract. I'm just working really hard because I really want to be clear with you. Like it's not fair the way that it's been being run, and I want to make sure that it's run in a very fair and like consistent way. So that's coming out by the end of the school year, by the next community meeting. Study groups for tonight. I have bulleted ones that I felt like were really important. Let me just check on YouTube. All right, we're good. I have bulleted ones I felt like were important. The GMP calendar being the first one. New member recruitment, which we already have a group that's working on that since I actually sent this email out. So if there's parents who want to have input on that, they can, which we would love. Comic-Con 2011 planning, that's a really important one that I hope a lot of people sign up for. The GMP calendar one is too. I've already started it. If I can get into my documents. I've already started the GMP calendar and I've laid out literally a year's worth of GMP. But I would like some people to have eyes on it based on, like, now that we've done a couple community service projects and we've done a lot of stuff like that. I would like to see, this is the calendar. So we just need some eyes going over it. I don't want to go over it all, but this is literally a year's worth of graphic novel project. So that would be that group. The study group would be looking for things that I missed. GMP Con, we were going to have it November 5th. We're not going to have it at November 5th anymore. If we do have, I want to have a convention here on campus. It's very likely that we will. But a lot of the fundraising for this year to make it a success, I was talking to a lot of people. It looks like we may be having to choose a keynote speaker that we might have to pay to come in. And it's just ringing in the, like, we just need somebody like Scott McLeod, who already teaches comics, but is an international comics advisor. We might be able to work out something with him, but I just need some people. That's going to be a big thing, and it's on the horizon. We need to think about it. And then the only other study group I thought about was something we started before WonderCon, but we haven't followed up with, and that's distribution in the area. I want to start getting our comic books in stores. I want to start selling the comic books. I just want to move through our product in a bigger way than just when we go to the conventions.
Do you know how many comics were sold at WonderCon?
Yes, it was something around 80-ish. Yeah, it was actually a really big deal. And Comic-Con, we're going to blow through our inventory. I already know. We do have some people that are going to come do selling training with our kids before Comic-Con, so that we have some standards for etiquette and like salesmanship and closing deals and all that stuff. I'm okay at it, but I know people who are way better than even I am. So I want to have that happen. So is there any questions, clarification questions about the study groups that we have up on the board?
You show that list of people who are going to be paired up and when?
Yeah, that's on the calendar. Actually, if you go onto the calendar, which is also on your GMP admin wiki, I have it laid out all the way up until the last week of September.
Okay.
So these are assignments for webcomics up until then. Yes.
I'm a senior parent, so I don't know how much I can help.
Comic-Con.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd say Comic-Con, and one of the cool things about the webcomic, not that I'm trying to rope people in for more than they're worth, but I did tell the seniors that the webcomic, because we're doing this hybrid learning type thing, I don't think this is a business venture. And when I say it's a business venture and it's not just a class, I mean that the seniors who are graduating this year are not graduating from GMP. They might be graduating from High Tech High, but they're not done producing webcomics from me. They helped form this webcomic, and actually, if you talk to them, they're all very interested in continuing to contribute to the webcomic itself because they created it. I mean, it's their thing. And a lot of our kids are going to art programs. I would hate for them to stop contributing. They're now moving into the realm where they're professionals who are going to give future GMP members feedback on what their work is. So I don't think GMP has to end with graduation. But you can end. Yeah, as a parent, you can end. I can rope Shiloh in, maybe.
Yes, you can.
$2,000 calls.
I know.
Yeah. Shiloh, you're here because I want your mom in GMP. All right. So anyway, is there any? So why don't we have students volunteer for different study groups that they would like to be a part of? Students. GMP calendar. Who would like to be? Luke is GMP calendar. Go stand where you would like your study group to meet, please. New member recruitment. Do we want to wipe that off because we kind of have those plans solidified? Does anybody want to keep that up, or do they think it's pressing for us to have a study group up there with that tonight? Okay, so that one we're not going to do. Comic-Con 2011. Who would like to be on that planning group? Phoenix? Okay, you can go stand where you would like to meet, or you can stay right where you are. All right, and GMP Con. Okay, GMP Con, why don't you go stand where you're going to meet? Either over on here, just not near Phoenix. I almost would like you to be on distribution. I'm not going to force you to be, but because you already have all the info, that's why. But I'll let you be on GMP. Distribution. Anybody? Students. Max, Jonathan, who are still on computers after I asked you to get off. I know. Just all right. Distribution. Anybody? This is trying to sell our comic books. Sean, Robert, Selah, Julia. Selah, thank you. Where would you like to stand to be a part of distribution efforts? Okay, before we move out, I just want to go over the norms of community meeting and study groups in here. We are here to support the students in making their decisions. Students, you are leading the study group, so don't let your study group be taken over by adults. Equally, parents, don't try and take over study groups. Please allow for people who talk a lot to be balanced with people who might be quiet. That's just a high-tech, high norm that we have for equity and sharing. We're at 5:32, so I want to meet in the study groups for 20 minutes. We should be establishing goals. Be ready to share out on a YouTube video after you're done. Somebody in the group needs to be ready to share out. And make a list or email me something tangible to have at the end of the study group session. Okay? Is that cool? So tangible, goals, share out. Cool? Okay. Thank you. You can break out.